today I want to talk about the question that I have been asked more than any other is really the core of it is, how do I recognize God's voice? I know I'm hearing, but is it God or is it me? That is the question that I also ask myself the very most. It's difficult to really understand that in the beginning. And this is one way that the Lord kind of helped me to tell his voice from the voice of the enemy or my own thoughts was he would ask me, what is the first voice that you hear? And I would just say, well, for instance, is it that should I take this job? And I hear, yes, you should take the job. But I would doubt it. And I would think, but did I hear right? Was that me? Was it the Lord? Was it the enemy because God has a better job for me or whatever? Well, everything with me kind of comes down to a story. And I remember driving down the road many years ago in my minivan. And the Lord simply said to me, the second voice is not me. And I thought, interesting. Because seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things will be added into you. Matthew 6:33. But the second voice is usually that voice that tries to talk you out of it. And using the same instance, what should I take this job, Lord? I don't know. I'm just not feeling it one way or the other, but it seems like it's a good thing and I have peace going forward. And then suddenly there's the thought that comes that says, but what about this? What about that? What if you have to work late every day? What if the schedule is not great? What if they're not going to pay you as much money as you want? I mean, the list goes on and on and on. And we've all more than likely been in that situation where we've been asking God, should I do this? And you're really asking him a yes and no question. There's more I could say about this because there's not that many times that God really does say yes and no, because just like with our own children, how we teach them to reason and to think about things in a broad perspective so that they can come to a decision themselves. God really works with us the very same way. He is parenting us. And that is why he told me the second voice is usually the voice that is trying to talk you out of something. And the first voice is my response to you. And in that specific instance that I am talking to you about, turned out to be a great opportunity for me. But if I would have allowed the enemy to come in and really take my thoughts captive on that situation, then it would not have turned out as well as it did. So just this very short takeaway is that it's the second voice that typically comes after what God has already spoken to you and gets you to start second guessing what you have already decided with the Lord. That is a really short kingdom principle that you can just keep in mind. It's the first voice that you hear that is from the Lord. The second voice tries to talk you out of it.